Hello, welcome back to Thon, and today we have a 1985 Chrysler LeBaron GTS. Our first impression of it?
Well, it's definitely positive.
So I picked this car up from my friend Tim. Tim lives in Glen Burnie. It's a town I grew up in. We're both part of a message board. We used to go to the same car meets all the time. Tim also has a Neon. Poor bastard, just like me, he's got the problem. But I was originally told this car had 24,000 miles on it. And I was like, hell yeah, dude. Like, even if it's bad, it's still gonna be pretty good. I started doing a little bit of research, and it turns out that it actually has 224,000 miles because the gauge cluster on this car can't process anything past 199,999 miles. So once it does that, it rolls back over to zero and it pulls up a little asterisk and it's done. It sat with the valve cover off for a long time, so it's got water in the oil, but it does run. I drove it onto the tow dolly. All of the vacuum lines are really up, so I do need to fix that. Other than that, the floors are really messed up, so that's good. I'm gonna learn how to patch floors. And all of the vacuum lines are totaled because it's a 40-year-old turbo car. So I'm gonna bypass everything that doesn't matter. I'm going to only keep the things that do matter. I'm gonna cut the cat off of it. My initial plan was to keep it kind of stock because I was like, oh cool, 24,000 mile car, it'd be nice to have something nice. But now that it's a 224,000 mile car that I'm gonna already have to put floor pans in, I'm not gonna mind so much if I gotta destroy it. And I might as well put it on the ground while I do it. I've never had a car that banged the pans going down the road, so that's something I wanna do. In the meantime, let's just get it to run a little bit better. So this is sort of what the interior looks like. Like I said, it does have the digital dash, you know, stock radio. There's a little cubby with a cup holder there. Regular little glove box. Ooh! Hey, we got an owner's manual. I haven't had an owner's manual for a car in a long time. Oh, fuse box. That's different. That's different than my normal K-car stuff. The seats are a little roasted from sitting outside, but you know, it is what it is. And I don't know if I've mentioned it, but this car is actually a hatchback. That's where I put it. Oh, God. We need to fix those. Yeah, dude. But yeah, it is actually, it's got a whole hatch, which is kind of cool, kind of sick. It looks like the intermediate shaft was removed. I gotta look under the hood and see if it was actually taken or if that's just spare. The intermediate shaft being like the equal length axle setup. So let's let this shut for now.
What will the intermediate shaft actually do?
So what it does is it acts like it's an in-between between the transmission and the outer axle stub.
So it wouldn't drive without it because it's open there.
Yeah, it wouldn't drive without it. All these vacuum lines are just a mess. I tried cobbling together something yesterday just so it would drive a little bit. I was not happy about it. So all of these need replaced. They're all messed up in some way. So this car, just like the other car I got rid of, has a draw-through turbo setup in it. So the throttle body is before the turbo inlet, which is the weirdest thing I've seen in a very long time. Back in here, there's the old, there's the wastegate solenoid, or the the wastegate actuator for the turbo. I don't know why Mopar did this, but I guess a lot of people were doing it. Well, because that's also what what's her name? GM did that with the early Grand National stuff.
Her name?
What's their name?
I've heard her.
Yeah.
GM did have draw-through?
On the Grand National.
Oh, yeah.
On the early Grand National. Yeah, so there's the throttle body. There's the tube going to the turbo inlet, and then the tube going to the intake manifold is right there. And this has what they refer to as a log style intake manifold, which works kind of. Valve cover gasket was not put on exactly straight. There's definitely a handful of bolts missing out of it, so I'll have to go to the parts store, get some. I think I have some that match it. Well, it's not perfect. This is going to be, I would say, kind of a perfect project. You know, we had a Neon kind of lined up for my son that we were going to fix up for him to have as his first car, but this is just a little bit more interesting. You know, this car is a little bit cooler than just a first-gen Neon sedan. You know, it's a factory turbo car. It's a 5-speed. I mean, the other car is a 5-speed. Technically a hatchback. It's a little bit nicer to sit in. It does need some weird odds and ends. Like, I'm probably gonna have to fix the roof skin a little bit. You know, it needs floors, but if I could get it running and driving, that would be really cool. Well, I mean, it runs and drives right now, but running and driving better, that would be really cool. It also has the added benefit that if I have my son driving this, when it breaks down, he's going to be stranded in town. If I let him loose in our Honda Civic, he could be 400 miles away on one tank of gas with him and his buddies scraping together like 40 bucks, and that's terrible. A Honda Civic is far too reliable for a 16-year-old kid. Don't ever get your kids a Honda. I said that at work today. They were like, "Are you sure you want to get your kid that LeBaron?" And I'm like, yeah, because if it breaks down, he's going to break down in town.
Would one tank of gas get you on the Neon? If I'm running this setup.
Like if you had this car, conceivably, like if you filled it to the top and just hit the highway and didn't stop driving until it sputtered out, you'd probably be like 450 miles away. From here, from South Pennsylvania, you can make it to Tennessee, North Carolina, Southern Virginia.
Like mid-North Carolina?
Yeah, probably mid-North Carolina.
And I'd be able to make it to West, too.
Yeah.
I could make it to 2 of my friends' houses from here.
You can make it to most of the Northeast.
Yeah.
Like you can make it to Canada. This is way too reliable. I need you driving a Turbo K car so you break down in town. It's the next day. Time for a wardrobe change because your boy's got a full-time job still. So the plan today is I need to get this up and dump the oil that's in it. It's got water in it. The oil looks like chocolate milk quite a bit. Maybe it has separated since it sat for a day. Not at all. It still quite looks like chocolate milk. This sat with the valve cover off for a while. I mean, months, a year, I don't know. Tim bought it, put the valve cover on it, and it's sat since then. My plan at this point is to just dump and fill the oil. It's not going to get all the water out of it, so what I did is I got some T6 oil because it's like the second cheapest oil you can get at Walmart, a Mopar oil filter because it's the cheapest one you can get at Walmart, and then I also have some transmission fluid I'm going to put in here. Putting transmission fluid in your engine oil is kind of like a old mechanics trick. Transmission fluid has some detergents in it that'll help clean up the passages and all that crap inside of the engine, and hopefully it'll latch onto some of that oil so that the next time I, drain and fill it, it'll be a little bit cleaner. But also I noticed that there's a handful of bolts still missing in the valve cover area, so it's gonna leak some anyway. So we're just gonna hope for the best, but definitely prepare for the worst because I bought some vacuum hose, some fittings, some adapters. I'm gonna see if I can get this to seal a little bit better, all of this. Although it's sealing pretty good. I found another vacuum leak down here, so maybe it'll start a little bit better this time. But I'm gonna try and limit how much I run this. I do see that most of the vacuum lines, as much as they look bad, are all there. So they are all there, so that's good. Like we're doing good. They're not all busted. So let's I'm not trying to like break them or anything on purpose, but as I tug them a little bit here and there, they're attached to soft lines on the other side, and they're you know, attached to the little vacuum block thing over here. One of them's open. Oh, it's open on both sides, so that's good. So, and everything's going to the solenoids. So if I can avoid messing with that too much, I'm gonna. I do believe the timing's off. I do believe that the timing is not where it should be, because it didn't turn off like it should have. So this, when I turn it off, usually when you turn a turbo dodge off, they just die. This one idled on for a second, which means that the timing is still a little bit after top dead center. I'm collecting all my used engine oil because this winter I'm going to build a used engine oil burner for my garage. Basically, I'm going to convert an old oil stove that I have to burn used engine oil. Oil stove is just a fancy word for like a kerosene heater. I have no idea what size any of this is anymore. I know that it uses metric stuff still. This was still the era of Mopar when they were like guessing, or you know, like crossing over with. All right, I gotta go. That wasn't too tight. Oh, floors are bad, but they're not as far up as I thought they were. They're more on the flat side, except for the passenger side a little bit, but it looks doable for me. Oh God. Yeah, now here's the thing. That's milky white. That is not like very chocolate milk. So that looks more like water intrusion, more so than you know, coolant in my oil. Oh boy. So yeah, that's what the oil filter housing area kind of looks like. So I'm gonna do the sensible thing and ignore that. No, I'm kidding. I got some parts cleaner. I'm gonna hose it for a while and try and clean it up with a rag. I don't know how I feel about this idea, but I'm gonna try it. I don't usually pre-lube my filters. Not something I usually do. I'm gonna pre-lube this one with some of this Type F. Put the other 4 quarts into the crankcase. Oh man, I forgot how much this stuff stinks. I've always thought ATF Type F is more clear. That's cool. I think that, man, I hope I bought the right filter.
What is up, Dad?
Hey, what's up, bud guy?
I got Pom for him. You want to see him? Are you recording?
Yeah, I'm recording, but it's okay.
No, I gotta show I gotta show your YouTube channel my Pom for him, bro. This is my part. We got a little bunny. Is it good? A little bunny. Okay. Little bunny. A Pom for him. He's so fat. Look at the little guy. He's got a butt.
Hell yeah.
He got a butthole. Look at him.
Oh my God.
Look on this car so tough. Golly!
It's pretty neat, dude.
Oh, hi, Dad.
Hey, Nogs. Oh, hi, Mark. Hey!
Oh, sorry.
God damn it. That's what the bottom of the oil cap looks like.
Yeah.
Bring it over here first and show this.
Oh, God.
Yeah, dude, it's made a pretty raunchy soup. All right, go ahead, go record the cat. All right, so I went and grabbed my trusty old Harbor Freight timing light, and I have it hooked up. The timing marks are inside. The timing marks are all the way down inside the the bell housing of the transmission, they're really hard to see. They are impossible to film. So just pretend that I told you how to do it. The timing mark always dances around because these things don't idle 100%. At least mine doesn't. When I hook up my timing light, the spark detection wire, I always put on the coil light, because if I put it on just one of the spark plug wires, it kind of starts giving me a headache. I put the timing light on it, and it's hopping around a little bit, but it's really right around 8 degrees. So I'm gonna bump it up to about 12, which means it's just gonna have a little bit better of a response. It's running. I got a plate on it, so I'm gonna just take it down the road a little bit, not far, but just down and back a little, and then park it. All right.
I watched that whole video, and it was just him kicking the fuel tank for half of it.
Dude, there's fucking oil everywhere.
Oh no.
Oh. Wheel.
I don't think oil's supposed to be on my... Something tells me oil's not supposed to be there.
Yeah, valve cover's definitely got to get done again.
And that's a lot of smoke.
Well,
I smell something else burning that isn't oil, so would that be considered a plus here?
Dude.
Oh, that's not oil.
What is it?
It smells like a nest. Funny?
What's that?
Within the span of you buying it and then us figuring out the real mileage, it went from the worst looking low mileage car to one of the better looking high mileage cars.
Yeah. Yeah, so my son and I took this for a rip up the road, and it's so the valve cover is leaking very bad, and in the process of us going for that rip, it is almost out of oil. So we lost like 2 quarts on that trip. So that's really cool. I mean, it's all over here. It's all down there. It's all on the side over here. Like, it is everywhere. Also, it's definitely having a fuel starvation issue. We hit a little hill and the car basically just like fell on its face and would just not pull at all. And as soon as the road leveled out, you know, it picked up. So I believe that like the fuel sock is bad on the bottom of this, along with possibly the fuel pump being bad. Thankfully, the fuel pumps for these things are dirt cheap. The fuel pressure regulator on this is, it's on the rail, and it's got its own, you know, like send and return. It's not a big deal. These actually have a 1-to-1 rising rate regulator stock, and then a 2-bar map sensor. So my plan now is to see if I can find a new sock and all of that assembly, buy the cheapest pump I can, try and rebuild it as much as I can. You can kind of get to the fuel pump without having to drop the tank. Fix that, replace the valve cover, drain and fill the oil again, because you know it got a good heat cycle in it. It looks a little bit less milky. We're still going to have to do that a couple times, but yeah, we're at a good start. It does feel incredibly slow. Motor Week ran one of these to a 16.3 at 83, and my second gen Neon went 16.3 at 85, so I guess it's on par with that. It doesn't sound like my other turbo car did, but my other turbo car may have been blown up. You know, like the other turbo may have been worn out, where this one may be in good shape, or this one could be in good shape and the other one could be bad. Now, usually you can check a turbo, check if the turbo's bad by checking the shaft play on it. I can't really get to the inlet on this thing without having to disassemble a bunch of stuff. All right, so when I took this for the test drive, a primary source of all my oil leaks was right there, where there's not much of a seal. So I found 2 of the original bolts and then some matching hardware that I had in a box in the back of my Neon. So I'm going to take everything out. I found a new gasket set, and I'm going to use that term very, very, very loosely, but I found the gaskets that are for this in the back of the car. Come on. Oh, that's why there's no. Oh boy. That doesn't feel good to see. Well, that at least explains it. Now I know why there's no gasket on this, because the one that's here is the wrong one. I have a Painfully 84 gasket, which is the, it comes with, you know, the cork center, and then these rubber outer pieces, which are designed to go on each end, like on the caps, and then down on the center. I guess you RTV it a little bit. This has a, like, 91 Daytona valve cover on it. So these gaskets don't quite fit. Like, there's these little bump outs on here, and they don't sit on the channel. Like, they sit in it most of the way around until it gets down to the bottom, at which point it is no fitting. All right, leaving the job kills the job. That's what I've always said. But, you know, you gotta go pick up your kids. Also, my wife already took the other kid out, so there's nobody else to go get him.
2 feet into the tank. He asked how bad the fuel in the tank was.
It's a little yellow, but it's not terrible.
Yeah.
Hey, what's up, nerds? So I came home and I was not feeling very good. I wanted to come home and take a nap, but I came outside and my son had put the rear tires up on my ramps like I had suggested, and was trying to drop the gas tank out of the car. And I was like, dude, you don't need to drop the gas tank to change the fuel pump. Like, he's bound and determined to change the fuel pump in this thing, because the car needs a fuel pump, but it mainly needs the sock replaced, because the sock has a hole in it or something, like, that's not picking up fuel. So I go to do what Jamie from Dead Dodge Garage does. He pulled the gas tank out, or he pulled the fuel pump out and went to pull the sock off, and the sock fell in the gas tank. And I was like, I'm gonna learn from his mistakes. That's not gonna happen to me. It happened to me. So the sock is in the gas tank, and I'm like, dude, I need a stick that's like metal or fiberglass or something. It's like about 18 and 24 inches long. I found a piece of copper tubing that I bought a couple years ago that I was gonna use for my boiler, that I've cut at some point, and I'm gonna fish the sock out of the car with this. Now, I'm not gonna actually hook it. I think I'm just gonna drag it up close and then hopefully pull it out with a set of pliers. Maybe those really long pliers that I got. We still gotta go get fuel line, and then little things like he wants to paint the valve cover because the valve cover gasket comes tomorrow. We gotta go get some paint and stuff like that. But, you know, I said a while ago an hour a day will make the jack stands go away, but I've been so tired lately that I haven't been doing that. I've just been putting stuff off, and you know, I used to say if I didn't feel like working on the car or doing my project, I would just go be next to it for 15 or 20 minutes. And having him out here is really helping me relearn that. Not even helping me. This is his car. I'm helping him. He's been putting in the sweat equity into this. I'm teaching him how to do stuff. He already knows how to do some of it, and I haven't taught him how. It's really strange. The kid is smart, dude. All right, so I'm gonna take this copper tubing line and go on a fishing expedition to try and get that fuel pump sock out of there. Now, I don't know how. I keep laying on my hair. But now I gotta be careful because the sending unit is also in here. But do you know what the sending unit is? Jerry?
I know the fuel level sender is on there.
Yeah, that's what it is. All right, so I'm hitting the fuel with the sending unit. So I gotta go. I may have to switch sides that this is on of me. And then hopefully I grabbed it. I actually don't know. I'm kind of fishing blind. So I knew that it was like a little bit past the float. I'm just hoping I grab it. So these two pumps, I bought a Chemso Fuel Systems direct fit setup for this thing. And it is close, but it is ever so slightly different. I think there's enough stuff here that we can make it work. So I can't have my hand in there because it's so this usually sits down in here like that, and there was this tube that held it in place, and it got 45'd, and then it had the pickup on here like that. Now I think the pickup on the fuel pump is in a different spot. It's a different shape. Not a huge deal. All we got to do is get rid of this out of here, out of this pickup. So I got to figure out how to take this out mildly non-destructively, because I would like this to be reversible. I think that there's a way you could do it. Okay. Just push on one of the little tabs inside of here. Let me find it. On the side, you just push on one of those little tabs and it just slides out. You can just kind of slide this in place. You'll want to line up, I would assume, I've never done this, so I'm going to take my best guess. Line the inlet or the outlet of the pump with that. Oh shoot, I don't remember which way it went. All right, first I'm going to put this back together.
It's upside down.
Yep, you're right. Thanks. With this support tube being here, that's where the 45 is pointing. It's pointing towards that. I got to remember that. All right. Put this back apart. So, I'm going to take our new sock. It doesn't quite fit there. So, what do I do now? This goes down. And this has got to get onto that. Well, I think Yeah, this one won't fit on there either, and I don't want to reuse the old sock. It won't really fit on there either. So, if I want to do this, I'm going to have to modify the hanger. So, I'm going to have to trim the size of this thing off to try and get this on there. Dang it, I didn't want to have to do that. You can go ahead and knock that off for now. So this is how the fuel pump situation turned out. I don't know if I really like it, but it's where I'm at. I took this off of the original pump, I believe. I don't know exactly where this was, but I have it, you know, zip tied into here. I did have to trim the old hanger piece off the bottom, and then I just kind of slipped this in here. This little piece right here was from the original pump. This little piece right there is from the new pump. Then the accordion tube is from the new fuel pump kit. And I just have it looped around, as otherwise they only gave me like this little, they say that that's 6 inches, but that's a damn lie, you know. But you know, I mean, maybe it is 6 inches. In fact, maybe it's more than 6 inches. Maybe it's actually above average, but it's not as much as I needed, because I needed that as wide as my hand is, which is about 4.5 inches, and that wasn't going to make it. I was like just shy of it. So anyway, the wiring that was in here worked. So I don't know if I'm going to do it now, but I'm going to try and slide this into the car here in a second. Maybe not in a second. Maybe tomorrow after I get home. But I'm going to slide this into the car and see how it works. Oh, I got to go get more of this tube. Dang it. I got to get more fuel injection tube for the pressure side. Big surprise. This is taking me forever. So I started this last month. It was mid-May, I think, when I picked this up. It's currently June 13th. What stopped me was heat. I don't do well when it's really hot out. Mainly, it gets above like 83 and, you know, relative humidity of 50%, I start dying. Then I also have a very long drive home during the week. So 2 hours in a hot car makes it so I don't want to do anything. And then my daughter just moved to Colorado. So that was another thing we had to deal with. I went and visited her a bunch, which I enjoyed. So haven't really touched the car, but I had the fuel pump finished. I tried to go buy some submersible hose. Napa closes at noon on Saturdays, and that was the only place locally that had it. So I'm just gonna rock with what I got. I might see if I can get some, I think I have some more zip ties in my car. So I'm just gonna put more of them on there. Apparently, most zip ties are fuel rated. You just don't know it yet. And all the ones that I have, I think are plenum rated, which if you're in the cabling industry, that makes a difference. Yeah, there's also some weird scratches on the hood. I'm not sure what all of this is from. I'm gonna jam the fuel pump in it, maybe pour some gas in it. I gotta replace the valve cover and then top the oil up, and we're gonna take it for a little test drive. We're gonna go on a prayer. I hope that this works. My son left this out in the rain, so I hope it works. I mean, I'm sure that it's fine. It only got like a little bit of drizzle on it. Yeah, I just want to put a couple more zip ties like right in here to kind of hold that in place a little bit better. Maybe a couple more zip ties around there to just, you know, reaffirm what I'm doing there. But other than that, I think that this is going to be just fine. This also is actually very important, and glad I ran across it because it's got to go on first. You're going to have a bad day. This is the fuel tank gasket. This is some evidence I was here before. Now here's the thing, I've never done this. I may be exuding a form of confidence about it, but I've never done this before in my life. In fact, actually, this might be a surprise to some of you, I'm not a mechanic. I'm not a mechanic, I'm not a cinematographer, I'm not anything. I'm a cabling technician. Zip ties and electrician snips, but I'm not an electrician. I'm a nerd, an IT professional. if you don't have flush cuts, don't use scissors, even though I'm using scissors, because they can slice you open. I got a pretty nasty scar from something I did. It was a zip tie that cut me when I was like friggin', I don't know, in my 20s. I'm okay with all of this. It's not, I don't like this loop-de-loop, but I don't think it's going to hurt anything. I don't see anything looking pinched. You know, everything's kind of, it's got a good bend radius on it. What I should do is just put the pump in first and then worry about finding the ring. Well, let's get the Hobbits to Mordor or whatever. What would Max say? That's what I want to know. What would Max think about this? Airplane facts with Max guy. We're taking the Hobbits to Isengard. You're never gonna make it out of Isengard like this. All right, so the seems to me the angle of everything does not want to. There we go. Dude, somebody just did a fucking big test hit. Oh my god. Whatever the hell that is, it sounds like it almost sounds like a boat in the water. But there's not water big enough around here for a boat like that. Oh, who knows, dude. So the lock ring is three-sided. It looks like the same exact shape on all three sides, so it does not really matter which way it goes on. You know, it's a hard life when you're dumb. Difficult. I thought it was gonna be easy peasy, lemon squeezy. It's difficult, lemon difficult. All right, let me get this under here. So I took this ring and I bent the leading edge that goes under the latches down a little bit just to try and help it grab. I'm gonna take this, stick it in there. Where it's almost ready to start. And then this little thing, press down, and then try and twist it a little bit. I just need it to just catch, I mean, just like a touch. I did put a bunch of zip ties on this too, just so you know. Yeah, well, like I added more zip ties to it, so it looked a little bit better when I went to go put it in. It's kind of going. Oh yeah, it's going. I went to the store and I intentionally bought fuel injection hose, and they sold me fuel hose that's rated 30R14 T2 Gates Barricade fuel injection hose. It's rated at 225 psi. It's also very expensive, but it is multi-fuel, biofuel compatible. You can run an E85 through it. I need to get more of this so I can do the rest of the fuel lines, because I have, you know, if we run E10 in this or whatever, I want it to not die. The car does have a narrowband oxygen sensor in it, so I figure, you know, it can do some correction. I don't know how much correction it can actually do. I might eventually get a cheap wideband for this, just so like whoever's driving it can monitor it some. Just in case like we get a bad batch of fuel or we get some E15 and the car doesn't like it. I don't know what we could do about it at that point. I want to put an adjustable fuel pressure regulator on this, like an adjustable 1-to-1 regulator where you just set the base pressure. I think the base pressure on this is 55 with 0 vacuum reference, but it'll go like 45 in vacuum, and then it'll go higher. If you put an adjustable fuel pressure regulator on it and then you want to run like E70, you just have to raise the base fuel pressure up, you know, what, 20% or so. So if we have a wide band and an adjustable fuel pressure regulator, we could technically do like a caveman flex fuel setup. Anyway, I'm taking the old line. You can see where it was clipped, or it was clamped before. So I'm going to take the new line, measure it up, cut it to the same length, and we have some left over. That just goes from the fuel pump to the fuel filter that's under the back of the car, which is more like an accumulator. But yeah, it's fine. So I'm gonna jam this in there. You don't need to watch me do that.
There's like a part of the seal that just won't align there.
Yeah, it's got a...
This piece is different on this as well.
Yeah, the vent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
This has a lip, that one doesn't.
Yeah, so this is entirely different. This valve cover is entirely different than the one that was on this car. I don't know why it's different. I mean, this is the one that my son's been sanding on. It's not painted. So like either we can slap it on or we could try and finish it real quick.
I think we could paint it.
You want to go paint it? All right.
Yeah.
Then I'll wait on this. So this is how the valve cover turned out for little Jerry, and from a couple feet away it looks totally fine. I painted it, he prepped it, and you can definitely see in it somewhere like where he sanded it, where he didn't sand it, where he gouged it, and ultimately it's going to be just fine. I cleaned out the inside of it with some acetone, kind of as best as I could. Then these bolts go through into this little box for the PCV so that no oil splashes directly out. I don't know if you need to do this, but I did seal it with some of the RTV that I got. Yeah, there's just some dirt in this channel.
Why does our mower have a windshield wiper?
Because that guy put one on there.
Why would you need one?
Just, he used it to blow snow a lot. So, it just, you know. Oh yeah, this thing actually fits this. Well, yeah, we got it from Blair.
Yeah.
So it might have been on a, you know, late model 2.5 head instead of a 2.2 head or something. It might have been on a, you know, a 782G head. Old guy I used to work with. I'm calling him old now, but you know, he's only a couple years older than me and like me and mom. But he was talking about drinking with somebody, and he's like, is this stuff any good? And he's like, oh, it'll get you there and back. So, oh dude, yeah, this is... Oh, battery died in it.
It could also be because the battery's super.
Oh,
Did it strip?
yeah, that one just stripped. Oh,
At least we know we have a surprise waiting when we take this off.
yeah, really. You know, I should have tightened it like I was doing a head gasket. You know, where you like twist a little,
Yeah.
twist a little. I'm gonna add in like another half quart of ATF. Help clean it out some more. Then I grab diesel fuel because that's, or diesel oil, because that's what I run on my Neon. There's like 2.5 gallons in this, I think. All right, Nugs, go ahead and see if it'll start. Oh, hold on. Give it a quick rev.
Still stumbled a bit.
Yeah.
Cow.
No, Jerry, we gotta go back. There's something up.
Already?
Yeah. Like it's making a scraping sound.
Yeah.
Like, that's floored in third.
Has that been the issue the entire time?
Yeah.
So it might not have been us.
No.
God damn.
Yeah. Yeah, like this, there's something wrong with it.
This is blazing fast speeds right here.
I shouldn't have brought it out on the main road. Dude, I can't even. This is full throttle third gear.
And we've gone down 1 mile an hour.
Yeah. I'm just gonna turn here. Well, the car's making a weird sound and I don't know what it is. It's a sound like I've never really heard. Has a weird rattle to it, and then eventually it'll just go away. And then sometimes when I let off, I'll hear it like do the opposite and like shk, and then kind of start rattling again. I have a feeling that it's the turbo. I'm worried that it's the turbo. If it's a turbo, dude, like these things are so hard to work on. The easiest way to replace the turbo on one of these is to pull the head. I don't really want to do that. I will, but I don't think I'm going to get it done before Carlisle is what I'm saying. It's kind of like a loose goal of ours is take this to the Chryslers at Carlisle event. But anyway, it's raining and my wife cooked dinner, so I'm going to go eat. And when I work on this again, or when I work on anything else again, you'll be here for it. You know, not every day is a winning day. And you have to remember that, but at the same time, some days are just meant for learning and building memories. Today, I spent time with my youngest kid in the morning, and then spent time with an older kid in the afternoon. And we worked on his car and took it for a little shakedown run and found out that there was even more wrong to it. You know, worst case scenario, this thing gets a V6 sooner than expected. You know, like if I don't feel like putting another A-valve in it, but I kind of want to get the A-valve running. Just to have it as an 8-valve turbo Dodge. I haven't ever got to really experience one. But then again, putting a 6G in it would be funny. If you like stuff like this, please subscribe. If you don't like stuff like this, tell somebody that does. Thanks.